So there is a prophecy of a popularly known Sangoma by the name of Credo Mutwa, which is right now currently going viral after Palestinians were sent over to South Africa. And yes, South Africa did block the other ones from trying to come. But there is a supposed prophecy that people are posting out there that he made.
South Africa will end being ruled by Muslim people. Islam will spread its wings over South Africa. The country of Lesotho will lose its sovereignty. The land of the Basutus will be stolen from them. The land of the Swazis will fall and become subservient to South Africa.
According to the Bible, there are gifts that have a judgment. As you can see here, he says that there are certain gifts. If there is no interpreter, the person should be quiet. Verse 29 then goes to say that, and let the other judge. So, which means the prophecy is given, then the other people listen and judge, and that's what we're going to do.
Disappointed. Because the South Africa that is going to be born next year will be anything but a free country.
Now, I am not a prophet, but I think looking at what has happened since 1994 up until now, South Africa is a free country, contrary to what he said. Almost 30 years later, the prophecy that he spoke is not truthful. Now, South Africa might have violence. South Africa might have a lot of all these things that we are seeing with the Matlanga Commission. But the fact of the matter is that his prophecy was false.
Canary and hypocrisy. But it will not be a free or a prosperous country at all. Next year's election in South Africa will be interfered with. Those who will win it are already known. But their winning will not bring peace to the people.
When they talk about Credo Mutwa, they don't show the false prophecies. This is a prophecy where he was somewhat saying that FW was going to win the election of 1994. And that was not true. That's not what happened. So that prophecy failed, but he made mention of this. And he then goes on to speak about Mandela and others and how their history will not be what they think. I'll let that part play out. Also showing that his prophecy there also was false. Before we go to the Islam prophecy.
Will not bring comfort to the land, will not bring food to the hungry, nor water to the thirsty.
Contrary to what he's claiming, SASA is a thing. People got water, RDPs, what, everything, okay? Yes, we haven't done all good, but we have done those. The man's prophecies were false. What he said did not come to pass.
Mystery of God, man reduced that mystery to a shape that he could recognize and therefore understand. Man reduced God to a human-like family, a family of God the Father, known by my people the Zulus as Unkulunkulu, which means the greatest of the great ones. And God the Great Mother, known by the Zulus as Nomcubulwana, which means the plower of the many fields, the lady of many plowshares. And God the Son, known by the Zulus as Umvelingangi, which means the firstborn of the Almighty.
The human family idea that he had was God the Father, the Mother, and the Son. I don't know what Trinity that is, and that is not the one the Bible talks about.
It's not happening today.
Fighting in South Africa, killing white men and black men alike. I see villages burning. South Africa will be a tyranny.
Then he claimed that we were somehow now taken over by some Asian country. Let's keep that one.
worse than any that we have seen in Africa. And South Africa's new government will be weakened and it will be seized by force. Some of the black men and women who are today negotiating peace are going to be arrested by a government in the very near future. They will be accused falsely of treason, and I see them standing in chains before military thugs.
It specifically says that the black men who were involved in the negotiations should not have been doing that because they are later going to be arrested and stand in front of a military in treason. That never happened. Another false prophecy.
My eyes cry for you, Dr. Mandela. You have plowed a garden, but you are not going to be there to reap the bright fruits that you thought you were planting.
Mandela died having seen the full fruits of what he fought for, and the others. What everyone had fought for, they got to see it. So that was, in my humble opinion, another false prophecy.
My eyes cry for you, my Lord, Prince of Pumangene, Mangosu Tubteles. You shall be humiliated before the world, and your people with you. The Zulus are going to be called the enemies of peace. And many are going to be destroyed. My eyes cry for all my brothers and sisters who are in position of leadership in South Africa. How Gozo, Lord of the sky, why do I see you in a darkened cell? God defend you, my President Mangobe. You built a great country, but I see its flag lying on the ground, stepped upon by hooligans, trampled over by murderers. Why? Why do the killings continue beyond 1994? I pray for you all because you do not see. You do not see that foreign murderers are at work in our country. It suits them in their great banks in America. It suits them in their great palaces in England.
So 30 years later, we can faithfully say that there was a lot of false prophecies, and the person who we were to be afraid of had nothing to do with America, had nothing to do with white people in their American banks. It was people in the AMPDs and people in the police. It was the black man who was going to be our problem. You see, the problem here is one. When people keep pointing at skin color as the problem, the human heart. And that is why Christianity addresses that. That is the one we should all focus on. But instead, they will pull your focus over there, pull your focus over there. If they are scared of something, be scared of it. But the issue is the human heart. And that's what we strive to resolve. Come to Jesus, the truth lies right there. The real enemy we don't see. The sinful desires that man has way after. False prophets didn't start in Christianity. They've been there for years, decades and over. It's just that it's easily recognized with televangelists. But you can see here, falsehood exists everywhere. Do not get sucked into the enemy being a next person standing next to you. The human heart is the issue. And we seek to resolve that by bringing people to life, and life eternally, and life in God. Repentance and fellowship with each other, and recognition of our own individual right of life. Not this oppressive black person, white person, what, all that entire jazz. That doesn't sell it. His prophecies were based off of the racial issues that were happening back then. It had nothing to do with what actually was truthful in the future. So, Ricky, next time someone tells you of the wisdom of Credo Motwa, point them to the false prophecies that he gave.